There is nothing like that thrill of booking a new trip. But let's be real, in 2026, that excitement comes with a new reality. Travel scams are evolving, and they are evolving fast. Scammers are getting way, way smarter. So we're going to dive into their new playbook to make sure your next adventure is amazing for all the right reasons.
Okay, let's just start with this number because it's pretty staggering. A report from McAfee found that the average American gets hit with 14 scam messages. Not a week, not a month, every single day. That is a constant barrage of fraud attempts. And the scary part? With new AI tools, these messages are looking so much more realistic than ever before, which makes it incredibly hard to tell what's real and what's a trap. And this quote from Harding Bush, a former Navy SEAL, really frames the problem perfectly, doesn't it? This isn't about being afraid to travel, not at all. It's about being prepared. The goal here isn't to scare you away from your next adventure. It's to arm you with the knowledge to travel with total confidence.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll break down the new scam playbook to see how tech has completely changed the game. Then, we'll look at the digital traps you need to watch out for before you even pack your bags. After that, we'll cover those classic street smarts for when you're on the ground. And finally, we're going to pull it all together into your ultimate protection guide.
All right, first up, the new scam playbook. Look, the classic cons are definitely still out there, but scammers now have these sophisticated tools, like AI, that make their schemes just incredibly convincing. They're not just relying on a quick distraction anymore. They're literally building entirely fake digital worlds to lure you in.
This slide just captures the whole evolution perfectly. On one hand, you've got the old school three-card Monty on a street corner. Requires a whole team, sleight of hand, all very physical. But the modern version, a single scammer can use AI to perfectly clone a company's logo and an agent's voice, then call you up pretending to be customer service. They can trick you into handing over your info from thousands of miles away. It's a whole new ballgame.
And that leads us right into our next section. Because before your bags are even packed, you're already a target. The planning phase of your trip, when you're booking flights and hotels, well, it's absolutely filled with digital traps. And this is where some of the most heartbreaking and expensive scams happen. You seriously have to ask yourself this question. Imagine booking what looks like the most perfect London flat. You're so excited, and then you arrive to find a complete and disgusting bait and switch. Well, that's exactly what happened to a VRBO customer named Joanne May. Her dream vacation turned into an absolute nightmare. Scammers are now just stealing real photos to create these beautiful, convincing, but totally fake listings.
So how do you spot them? You've got to watch for the red flags. A price that seems way too good to be true? Red flag. A host who's pushing you, and I mean really pushing you, to pay with a wire transfer or gift cards? Huge red flag. They're pressuring you to book right now? Red flag. And a new one for 2026. Photos that look just a little too perfect. But the absolute 100% deal breaker has to be any request to pay or even talk outside the rental platform. Just don't do it.
So your defense is actually a pretty simple proactive checklist. Number 1, only book through sites that have payment protection. Always pay with a credit card because it gives you fraud protection that wire transfers just don't. And hey, do a little homework. A quick search on Google Street View can confirm a building actually exists. A reverse image search can tell you if those perfect photos were stolen from another listing. It takes 2 minutes and can save you a world of hurt. Now, AI has changed everything when it comes to phishing too. Forget those old emails with terrible grammar and weird greetings. The new versions are flawless. How? Well, AI can write perfect, natural-sounding language. It can personalize the attack. It'll use your actual flight number. It'll mimic the airline's branding perfectly. And it creates this intense sense of panic about a cancellation, all designed to trick you into clicking a malicious link. They are dangerously convincing. And, the digital threats don't stop there. Be super wary of those free airport Wi-Fi networks. Always ask a staff member for the official network name. Scammers are also slapping fake QR code stickers over real ones on things like parking meters or restaurant menus. And this one is just chilling. They can use AI to clone just a few seconds of a family member's voice from a social media post to create a fake emergency call demanding you wire them money.
Okay, let's step away from the keyboard and onto the street. Because once you're on the ground, you're going to encounter classic scams that have been around for decades, sometimes with a new little twist. This is where your awareness and just a little bit of healthy skepticism are going to be your best friends. I absolutely love this story. So, consumer advocate Michelle Couch-Friedman was in Paris, and a taxi driver tried the whole broken meter scam on her. But because she knew the trick, she was able to just call him out, in French no less, saying, "I'm sorry, but you are a scammer. Bye." And she just walked away. See? That knowledge completely flips the power dynamic. It turns you from a target into someone who is completely in control. So here are the rules to follow. Rule number 1, and this is completely non-negotiable, never, ever get in a taxi if the driver claims the meter is broken. Just don't. Always use the official taxi stands, have a general idea of the route and what the fare should be, and if you can, just stick to rideshare apps where the price is set and the route is tracked right there on your phone. Okay, let's break this one down because it's a real performance. It's a complex, multi-layered scam that's really popular in Asia. It starts with one person telling you a lie, like, "Oh, the Grand Palace is closed today." Then a second person, an accomplice, independently confirms it and just happens to mention a great government gem sale. The psychology here is brilliant. By using multiple people, they make the lie feel true before a friendly tuk-tuk driver whisks you away to a high-pressure sales floor. And of course, there are others. You've got the classic distraction. Someone accidentally spills coffee on you while their partner lifts your wallet. People posing as police who demand to inspect your money. Real police will not do that. And the photo trap, where someone in a cool costume poses with you for a picture and then aggressively demands a huge payment. So, I know we've covered a lot of threats, but now let's move to our final section and pull all of this information into a simple, powerful checklist. This is your playbook for staying safe and, most importantly, traveling with confidence. Your preparation starts before you even leave the house. Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. Spend a few minutes on the U.S. State Department's website to learn about scams that are specific to your destination. Give your bank and credit card companies a quick heads up about your travel plans. Set up transaction alerts, and always leave a copy of your itinerary with someone you toss back home. Now, while you're traveling, these are your golden rules. Use credit cards for that amazing fraud protection. Double-check that Wi-Fi network name before you log on. Never, ever hand your wallet or your passport to a so-called police officer on the street. And maybe most importantly, trust your gut. Scammers rely on you ignoring that little voice in your head. Don't. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Just walk away. And what if the worst happens? Well, have a plan. Don't panic. Here's exactly what you do. Stop the scam if it's still in progress. Call your bank immediately, freeze your cards, and dispute the charge. File a police report. You will need this for any insurance claims. And just document absolutely everything you can remember. This brings us full circle, right back to Hardingbush's advice. This knowledge isn't meant to make you anxious. It's really meant to make you prepared and aware and ultimately a much safer and more confident traveler. You know, the key takeaway here is this. Awareness is your shield. Knowing about these tactics doesn't ruin the magic of travel. In fact, it protects it. It allows you to step out into the world not with fear, but with the confidence that you know how to handle yourself. By understanding the playbook, you've honestly already won half the battle. You are ready. You're ready to explore, to discover, and to create those incredible memories without becoming another statistic. So the only real question left is, where will your next adventure take you?